So, Ian Garry. Ian fucking Garry. I've talked about this man so many times. It's actually crazy. I will say the guy's good at getting people to talk about him. Because once again, I'm talking about this fucking guy. But anyway, let's get on to Ian Garry. What did Ian Garry say? So Ian Garry talked about the Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis fight. And he said that Sean Strickland and Dricus look like absolute fucking amateurs out there. He said, I feel like I'm watching two amateurs fight. If I ever have a fight like that, please tell me to retire. And a lot of people misunderstood what Dricus was saying in this because he said, don't worry, you never will. A lot of people were saying, oh, what a fucking idiot. He said, you'll never have a bad fight or something like that. But that's not what he fucking meant. People just... People act like Dricus is like an idiot or something like that. Now, I will say, the quote itself does make it a bit hard to understand, but that is not what Dricus Du Plessis meant. He wasn't saying that Ian Garry will never have a boring fight. He was pretty much saying, you won't ever go on and have a championship winning performance, is pretty much what he was saying. Which was really good trash talk from Dricus, but I can understand how it got misunderstood because he did word it the worst way possible. Like, it generally is really bad the way he worded that. I misunderstood it at first, and then I was like, oh, actually, no, that probably makes more sense. Because, he wouldn't be saying, yeah, you're never going to fight like an amateur, bitch. Like, he wouldn't be saying that. It wouldn't make much sense. But it looks like Ian Garry's just aiming for all the middleweights. You don't see him talking any trash to Leon Edwards right now. No trash talk to Shavkat Rakhmonov. No trash talk to the JDMs or anybody. Just seems like he's focused on middleweights. And do we not forget that, Ian Garry has an opponent. He's literally booked with Jeff Neal. He has a fight booked. He's looking past him. He's looking past fucking everybody. Like, he's got a hit list. He's looking so past Jeff Neal, though. He's actually crazy. Like, bro, focus on your fucking opponent. Stop talking about all this shit. You don't talk about Sean Strickland and Dricus Du Plessis. You're not even in their division, so, like, shut up about that. I do like that he is planting the seeds. I'm not hating on that. It's just, like, focus on Jeff Neal. He's not an easy fight. He could knock you out cold, and then that's your whole hype train gone. Like, I don't know. I don't like when fighters, like, talking shit about other fighters. Upper division, when they already have a fight booked and they're not even in that division. Like, yeah, if you're in that division and you're looking at another opponent, then yeah, cool. But you're not planning on moving up anytime soon. You want to become champion at welterweight. You can't just go up and have a fight. They're not going to let you fight Dricus or Strickland if you're not going to be fighting in that division. So just shut up. Especially, you're not going to get Dricus. But if this fight was to happen, I generally do think Dricus Du Plessis would win this. I know he's got an ugly style and Ian Garry's much cleaner, but I'm going to always use this for Ian Garry fight predictions. His chin is sus. He doesn't have very good durability. Maybe it would be better in the middleweight division. Who knows? That could be a possibility. But I think that Dricus would just catch him and knock him out cold. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think it would look very similar to the Whittaker fight. I generally think Ian Garry's got a Rob level chin. And, like, that's current Rob. I'm not talking prime Rob. Like, Robert Whittaker's not got the best chin in the world. And I think Ian Garry's got a similar chin to Robert Whittaker. I could see Dricus landing some funky shit on him. He's going to have a longer reach as well. We haven't really seen Ian Garry fight anyone with a longer reach besides Neil Magny, who doesn't use his reach. Like, wait, let me actually look. Let me double check this. I don't want to look like an idiot and then be, like, proven wrong. And it turns out everyone he's fought has got a longer reach. D-Rod, same reach. Song Kanan, very small reach. Gabe Green, only an inch shorter reach. Jordan Williams, 1 inch reach. So, he's fighting guys with not much longer reaches than him. Dricus is only 2 inches longer, so nothing crazy. But I could just see Dricus landing some really wild shots on Ian Garry. He throws very unorthodox strikes. And, like I say, Ian Garry has been hurt. He's been hurt before. He has been tagged up a lot, even by Jordan Williams, who is no Dricus Du Plessis. He's not very good. Like, Jordan Williams was landing quite a lot of good shots on him, and he's got, like, a very funky sort of striking style, but I feel like, Dricus is much better than Jordan Williams. I don't think that's a hot take. So generally, I do think Dricus Du Plessis would win this fight if he was to fight Ian Garry. But of course, we're going to see Ian Garry evolve, see how he does against these top welterweights first. He might go on there and kill everybody, you know. He could become champion, and then, you know, we're looking at this fight in a year's time. It's like, shit, man, Ian Garry might be going up there to pull off a Conor McGregor double champ. I don't think that will happen. I think Dricus Du Plessis would kill him. But you never know. We've got to see how both of these guys' next few fights go. But as it stands, I don't see Ian Garry becoming UFC champion. I really don't. I think the Shavkat Rakhmanovs and the Jack Della Madalenas beat him at this point. But who knows? Who fucking knows? He could get the perfect matchup, the perfect rise up the division, and then we're talking about Ian Garry, UFC welterweight champion. But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I just thought I'll talk about this. You know, little beef, bit of an odd one. But hey, Dricus wants all the smoke. He was trash talking Drake. He's like, oh yeah, shoot. By the way, thanks Drake. Like, he's coming for everybody, and I love it. Dricus is going to be fun as a champion. I feel like he's going to be good champ, especially if he beats Israel Adesanya. He's an instant star. He's already a big star in the African continent. South Africa loves him. He's got a whole nation behind him. Like, let's compare. This is something I want to look at. Look at the views and likes for Ian Garry compared to Dricus Du Plessis. Ian Garry's got way more followers than Dricus Du Plessis, but 14,000 likes, 13,000 likes, 10,000 likes, 1,000 likes, like 12.1k, 6k, 14.9k, 4k, 6k. Like, these aren't very high numbers considering his following. How many followers he has? 500,000. And then let's look at Dricus Du Plessis. Dricus Du Plessis, 414,000, 203,000, 147k, 109k, 31k, 45k, 48k, 47k. Like, the lowest one is 6k, 6.7k, and that's actually Mike Perry's video. Like, then his actual video is 65k. Like, he's just got so many more likes. He seems like he's more popular. You know, he does have all of South Africa behind him, it seems like. And his follower count has gone up by like 100k since he won the belt. I guess he is a champion, though. Maybe if Ian Garry became champion, he'd really get everyone rallying behind him too. But I just thought that was an interesting thing to note. I feel like Ian Garry sort of killed his engagement because he did take off his comments. And that really just fucked him over. Now nobody really engages with his post because, you know, all that hate was actually helping him in the algorithms. Now he's just like fucking skyrocketed down. You know, sometimes hate's good for the algorithm, but as I found out, because I had a lot of hate comments because I said Brian Spann has shit IQ, fight IQ, not actual IQ. I don't know. He might be a fucking physicist for all I know, but I just meant like he had very low fight IQ against Anthony Smith. But yeah, that a lot of people weren't happy with that. So yeah. Anyway, I know that I know hate can help your algorithm sometimes. But anyway, that's all I've got to say on this. As it stands, if this fight was to actually happen, I would have Dricus Du Plessis by brutal flatline KO of Ian Garry. I don't think his chin would be able to handle that middleweight power. And yeah, I just don't think he should be talking about middleweights right now. You're a fucking welterweight, bro. Just fucking beat Jeff Neal. Focus on fucking Jeff Neal. Dricus Du Plessis has a whole fucking division to run. You are not even at the top of your own division, so just stop that amateur talk and everything like that. They had a dogfight. And he won a championship. You don't have a championship, so I don't know. We'll see in due time. Maybe Ian Garry goes in there and becomes a double champ, and he makes us all look silly. But that's all I've got to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. Give me your thoughts on this little back and forth between Dricus Du Plessis and Ian Garry and how you'd have it going. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. Cheers. Peace.